So today I'm going to be talking about the music industry and how it's dying off and how we need your help to bring it back to life. The main focus today is going to be all about online pirating or illegally downloading music. A lot of people don't realize this, but downloading illegally really affects a lot of people. It affects the bands, it affects the record labels, producers, engineers, and it actually affects a lot of people's jobs in the industry. And by people illegally downloading music, it's causing a lot of this to go downhill. So first we're going to go through how an album is actually made. The way it works is the record label pays producers or the audio engineers for the CD to be made. Now the band, depending on how many records they sell, they have to pay back that money. So the record label is really letting them borrow the money. It's kind of a loan, if you will. So from all the records that are sold, the majority of those sales go back to the record label. So the band doesn't really make that much. But here's the thing. With that money going back into the record label, they can promote that band, they can get bigger venues, bigger like coliseums like the Verizon Wireless Theater or the Woodlands that we have here, and get the band a bigger place to play so more people can go see them, buy more music, buy more merch, do all that stuff. About how the bands make money. The bands make money because they go out and they play shows. Any tickets that they sell for the shows, they get a percentage of that. Any merchandise that they sell, they get a percentage of that. And also, if they have any CDs for sale, those CDs sold at the shows, they get a higher percentage of those CDs, but not as much as the ones that are sold in stores. So if you illegally download music, it causes a problem because in different cities where the CDs are sold, depending on the numbers, that's where like the bands know where to go and play. So whichever, like let's say Houston, if Houston has a lot of sales for Red Hot Chili Peppers, then they're gonna know, hey, Houston likes us, we're gonna go play there. But if there's no records sold, they're not gonna know exactly where to play. They're not gonna know where their audience is, and that causes a problem of touring and all that other stuff. So they don't know where to go. If CDs aren't sold, the record label doesn't make their money back. If they don't make their money back, they can't make another record for that band. If there's no more records, then that means there's no more concerts because there's not going to be a place for like the bands to play because there's no more money going into that band to set up, different shows at different venues around the US or possibly globally. So they're not going to be able to play anymore. And people don't really realize that. They're like, "Oh, well, I'll just go to the concert." Yes, that is true. You could just go to a concert and they can make money that way. But again, if they're not making money off of record sales, the record label is not going to want to, keep putting in money if they don't know where it's going, if they're just going to keep losing money because people are downloading the CDs. And that's for a major record label. That's how that operates. Now, there's small labels. Small labels, the records cost way, way, way less because the producers or the engineers, they don't charge that much, but it's still good quality. It's not the best, but it's still good quality. So the way those bands make their money is again off concerts. So they go play shows, they make money off ticket sales, they play smaller venues so more people can go, cheaper ticket price. So fill the place up, and again any merch sold there, that's what they make. They also, some bands now, they just burn their CDs, make a cool cover for it, and that's what they sell at their shows. So if you're illegally downloading their music, they're not making as much money also because they're not selling their own merch or CDs at the shows, and so they don't have any more money to put back into merch to make more money to possibly play a bigger show that they might have to pay for the venue or anything, so they don't get anything of that. So the big issue is pirating, and why you shouldn't do it. Um, it's been a lot stricter, a lot more strict these past recent years. because computers, everyone has one. It's a lot easier to download stuff. They go to a pirating site like Pirate Bay, or Mediafire used to be one for zip files, file sharing. Everyone just used to go share files and stuff. And again, it seems harmless, but it's actually hurting a lot of people in the industry. If there's no ticket sales, or I'm sorry, if there's no CD sales, producers, audio engineers, they don't get paid, which in turn makes less jobs because they're like, well, we're not making any money, so we can't hire you. And that's actually kind of a problem because that's what I'm going to school for. I'm going for audio engineering. So if no one's buying any CDs, then there's no money floating around, so there's no way for people to get jobs. And again, major labels, their CDs cost way more because it's higher quality. They put a lot more money into the labels. And smaller labels, it's not as much, but it's still something. So the easiest way to solve it is don't download music illegally. You can't download music, just not illegally, because if you do, no one's gonna make money, and it's just gonna be slowly crashing. Since 1999, actually, when Napster first came out, they've been sharing music files. They actually got sent to court by a lot of the artists, and they lost because it's not their music. And their argument was, well, it's fine if people don't resell it, but people do that. They want to make money in any way they can, so they're making money off other people's work, which just isn't right. So stop downloading illegally. And another way is go to concerts, go to shows. That's how artists make their money. If you pay to go to a show, you're giving the artist money just from the ticket. If you buy merch, you're helping them out even more. They're more likely to go back on tour again. They're more likely to make another CD because they have money to put back into the CD. So they're not paying as much, or the label's not paying as much. They can probably meet them halfway, and it can just continue going. And that's how the cycle works. Put more money into it and it keeps going. So hopefully you learned a little bit more about the music industry and how to keep it alive.